In today's video, we are checking out Digimon Rumble Arena 2 on the Nintendo GameCube. Not really, it's called Dolphin. That's actually what I'm using. This is not going to be a fair comparison, nor is it going to be a fair review. This just has bias written all over it. I just thought you needed to know that information. I am not a reliable source when it comes to telling you how good or how bad this game is, because, well, Digimon as a whole is my guilty pleasure. Some people that grew up on Pokemon will probably still go ahead and watch some of the series or play the games or whatever. Yeah, Pokemon was alright, it wasn't no Digimon, but even till today, I will secretly keep up to date with it. It's a little bit sad, I know, but at least it has a storyline. At least the characters also grow up, I'm just saying. Here's looking at you, Ash. When was it that you wanted to become a Pokemon master? What, 21 years ago? Because I'm the most honest guy on YouTube, obviously with my honest reviews and my honest thoughts, feelings and opinions and everything, this is how much of a fanboy I am of Digimon. Here's my dark shame and my secret. Not only do I have the limited edition D-Art Black War Greymon, yes, I don't know how much that's still worth, probably about £200 or something. I'm never going to look up the price because I'm never going to sell it. But I also have a custom-made Black War Greymon plushie, which was handmade and imported from Canada. It is also a one-of-a-kind and quite frankly priceless. I also have a lot of the original Cross Wars series imported from Japan, a lot of minifigures, and an Omnimon, and quite a few other things as well. Like, that is only just naming a few of the stuff that I have that is Digimon related. But as good as the merchandise and the figurines are, and well, the actual animation series actually is, it's a known fact that the video games have been alright. They haven't been brilliant, I would say. They certainly haven't done well when it comes to how financially they've done in the marketplace. You could say the video games have been somewhat of a cult classic because, well, Digimon in itself is a cult classic, and most people kind of consider the Digimon World games to be the better games that came out when it comes to Digimon. However, I never really enjoyed them much. The one game that I really did enjoy playing was Rumble Arena 1, that was on the PlayStation. Now, I didn't play PlayStation that much, to be honest. In actual fact, the only time that I ever played the PlayStation was to play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and to play Rumble Arena 1. Wait, no, I would have played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 as well. But you get my point, I didn't go on it very often. I did absolutely love the game, but with PlayStation 1 graphics, it didn't really feel like the Digimon were coming to life. And that's when I found out that Rumble Arena 2 was available on the GameCube, and my whole world just shattered. This game that you are watching right now, I absolutely lost days to. I lost weeks, maybe months to this game. I just enjoyed playing the crap out of it. I played it maybe every day for an entire year. I played it when eating lunch, I played it when going to the toilet, I played it when being upside down. If there was a possibility of me being able to play it, I would have played it. I do personally believe that this is the best Digimon game ever to exist, and it's most likely never going to be dethroned. For me personally, it is up there for being one of the best games ever to exist. And it's not just because it's Digimon, although I am biased actually. I can't really say anything. I have to be honest with you guys, I am biased. Oh, I do actually have one bad thing to say about this game before we continue. The bad thing is that it hasn't been remastered. No, the actual legit bad thing about this game is the background music. It has some kind of techno kind of garbage. Yeah, it really didn't age well when it comes to the background music. To be honest, I don't even know why I said aged well, because it wasn't even good for the era, or good in general. However, mark my words, the rest of the audio design is fantastic. The voice acting sounds absolutely on point. The Digimon sound the way they're meant to. The combat game sounds sound great. There's actually some kind of crunch as well when you're hitting your opponent. Explosions sound good and not too overpowering to the rest of the audio, meaning that you can still hear them all shout out their attacks. The gameplay plays out a lot like Super Smash Bros. It also has really good game modes like King of the Hill, timed eliminations, capture the flag and so on. And although the maps are kind of simple in places, there are a few ones that are standouts that are actually really enjoyable and unique to play. I think a lot of people probably overlook this, but man, the amount of animations and the detail to the animations of the Digimon really do bring them to life. And they actually did such an excellent job, the developers, to actually bring them to life. And they actually included a 3-step evolution, which is the classical Digimon evolution, obviously. Going from your rookie to your champion to your ultimate, or totally skipping that and going to Mega. It all depends on the character, obviously, that you choose, to what evolution process you have, as some of the ones that you do unlock in the game don't actually have any evolution path. You're just saving up the little orbs of digital data in order to get your ultimate attack, which usually deals a lot of damage, and some ultimate attacks can knock you off the platform that you're fighting on. I would say for the most part as well, all abilities and attacks have been thought out for each individual Digimon, and because for the most part they do have the abilities that they would have in the animation, this can cause a little bit of imbalance when it comes to actual gameplay. I will not lie to you, this game is not balanced. However, if you are fighting against a more powerful Digimon with better abilities, knowing the Digimon that you are using and knowing their abilities and their strengths, you can still overcome the better opponents. I don't think this game was ever intended to be perfectly balanced anyway. This is more about having arcade fun and just, well, fighting with Digimon. For me, there are two main overpowered Digimon in this game. That is Malomyotismon and Dustmon, cause their abilities, man, are just something else. I guess the Oboromon would also be somewhat a bit overpowered, especially because you can devolve Digimon, which is a shout out to the Digimon movie. Like, that ultimate is okay and could be useful, like, you know, I'm not arguing that, but it's certainly no pandemonium. Malomyotismon can just like completely confuse the player by switching around all their controls. In a PvP 1 versus 1 and you pull out your ultimate like that, it's game over. Whoever's controlling him can just like throw the opponent off the map. Easy win right there, easy. Even playing against the AI on the harder difficulties, I actually dread going up against him because he does that. However, if I'm playing as Duskmon, then I'm not really that bothered because Duskmon is just like, he's a god. He is actually a god in this game. His teleportation is so goddamn good. It's good to get out of dodge if you're weak. It's amazing to play aggressively with teleportation. You can just keep distance and then spam your normal attack, which he shoots lasers that can actually cancel out other attacks, so it's pretty godly. And his ultimate ability does a ton of damage and also has some knockback as well, so if you're at the edge of like say your play area, chances are you can knock them off the map. Both of these Digimon have no evolution path, by the way, which means that you can work towards your ultimate attack straight away. To be fair though, they are both the hardest to unlock. Well, that is if you're playing on the hardest base difficulty. I always play this game either as Duskmon or as Black Agumon, which you can unlock from a random encounter. He inevitably digivolves into Black War Greymon, my all-time favourite Digimon. He's nowhere near as powerful, obviously, as Dustmon, but definitely good enough to kick ass if you know what you're doing. The caster Digimon within this game is actually fantastic. You also have all the evolutions as well. Just to name a few of them, you've got regular Agumon, Black Agumon, Gobblemon, Gomamon, Tentamon, Patamon, you got Vmon, Gotsumon, Nemon, Guilmon, Palmon, Flamemon, basically Digimon that exists from Season 1 all the way up to Season 4. By the way, Flamemon digivolves into a Goonimon. They needed to add Flamemon in because they couldn't just have Tikota running around. Is that his name, Tikota? Damn, I've not watched Season 4 in a long time. Although that would be really funny to have a couple of humans in there fighting a Digimon. You know who would fit in perfectly well? Marcus Damon. Literally in Season 5, he has to punch Digimon in order to get his DNA charge in order to digivolve. That's the game that I want to see, although I don't think that's very child-friendly, which is what Digimon's trying to aim for. All in all, the roster is really good, and you probably will find your favourite Digimon, and there'll be something to bring back the memories. Okay, so I wanted to really rant about the All-Star Rumble, which is the PS3 Rumble Arena, essentially. There are some things that I do want to talk about in the direction that they went with that game, which made it not as good. However, this video is getting too long and I don't want to overdo it. I know the attention span of people on YouTube isn't good enough to go through a 15-minute video nowadays, so we'll probably save that for its own dedicated video if anyone wants to see it. I highly doubt it, no one asked for this video anyway, and yet here I am making it. Call this a passion project because I had to talk about this game, I really did. There is one more game on the GameCube that I do have to talk about, so you can expect that video, but we are going to go back to the format and maybe doing reviews because I have seen the polls and I have noticed the interest in this series has been kind of low, and I want to bring you guys the content that you're here for, but I'm also going to try and spice it up in between in order to make it interesting. Anyway, with that said, I have been Tech from Tech Evolved, and I will see you in the next video.
Before time runs out. Ready, rumble!
Watching fishes!
Ghost mode. Ghost mode. Ghost mode. Ghost mode. Ghost mode. Ghost mode. Ghost move. Ghost move. Ghost move. Ghost move. Ghost move. Ghost move.
Digimon can Digimon. Elmon can Digimon.